Good morning. Welcome to day 131, Thursday, August 15th, 2024. It's a little after 6. Well, something that hasn't happened on the whole trip happened last night. Big thunderstorm, lightning, heavy rain came down for a while. It was in the middle of the night. I didn't look at my phone to see what time it was. But yeah, we got pounded. Pretty cool. Nothing like being in a tent, all cozy when it's thunderstorm and lightning outside. I had my vestibule door open, so I just, in my slumber, closed it, zipped it up, and was thankful I had the fly on. So I didn't even think it was going to rain. So there you go. I was so tired yesterday. I forced myself to stay awake until like 7:15, 7:30, and I was out. So I slept really well last night. It's not as cold this morning, which is nice. It's like 48 degrees right now, very foggy, but I think it's going to be cloudy most of the day. But let's get rolling, looking for 20 miles. Quarter after 7, taking a quick break. It's a very foggy, damp, misty morning. This is how I imagined Washington State will be in the fall. We'll see. Still a pretty raw morning. A little before 10 o'clock. Just finished up another break. We've been steadily climbing since the Bobby Lake Trail Junction. Probably got another few hundred feet of climbing. And then we'll start heading down. And hopefully it'll be a little less raw. But yeah, it definitely reminds me of New Hampshire in the fall on like an overcast rainy day. Haven't had a day like this since the day before Forester Pass, really. So, been going back and forth on putting on another layer, like right at the edge of needing another layer, but as long as I keep moving, I'm still good. It's about 11:15, taking a little break near Charlton Lake. Had a few Sobos pass by. Feeling like a hot soup, hot chocolate kind of day. Looking forward to getting to camp and getting some hot liquids going, but still got some hiking to do. A little over 8 miles to where I originally had planned to camp, but I might go a little further. We'll see. That's a fancy campsite. Look at that bench. And the lake is just back there. We just entered a burn zone right by Charlton Lake. The one nice thing about today is with all the cloud cover, going through this burn zone without the baking sun makes it a lot nicer. All right, we're going to keep marching north. Just took a bit of a break. Saw a few southbounders. Just one northbounder today so far. It's about 2 o'clock. We're just hitting the north end of Irish Lake. Hoping to go a couple more miles. Or a couple more hours, like 4 more miles. That's the goal now. We bumped it up a bit. All right, it's about 2:45. We got about 2 miles to where I want to camp tonight, and it's all a climb. All right, it's about 3:15. We got less than a mile to camp. Taking a quick pack break. A lot of southbounders today, over 10. Everyone really friendly. All right, it's about 3:30. We have made it to Stormy Lake. This is where I'm going to camp for tonight. I'm going to take a look around and see if I can find a spot off the beaten path somewhere. But first, let's see what the established campsite looks like, and then we'll go from there. All right, it is 4 o'clock. We're down at the lake to get some water. I guess the mosquitoes are usually pretty bad here, but because it's been an overcast, kind of cold, raw day, right now they're fine. So, yeah, it's actually very chilly. So I'm gonna get some water and get the fly on the tent and get warm and cozy. Now let's do a recap. It's about 5 o'clock. We are at Stormy Lake, camped at 6,050 feet. Good mileage today, did 22.5 miles and felt pretty good. Especially when it's a little cooler out, I tend to hike a little bit faster. So, yeah, with no sun today, the hiking conditions were really good. It was 46 degrees when I first got in the tent. I'm sure it's warming up now, but it was kind of in the mid 40s most of the day, I would imagine. So, saw a lot of southbounders today, which was cool. I was flip-flopping with one northbounder who I have seen before, not for a while. He wears big stereo headphones, so that's how I remember him. Other than that, pretty uneventful day on the trail. Another burn zone we went through, but it wasn't too big. Yeah, so we're on track to get in the Bend Monday. So 3 more days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then a little bit of Monday morning on the trail, and then we'll be in Bend for a few days, a couple nights. That is it for today. We'll see you in the morning. It definitely was a raw day on the trail. First thing I did when I got in is made hot chocolate. I've got soup, I've got mac and cheese. It's gonna be all the comfort foods to stave off the dampness, I guess you would say. There's just a dampness in the air. I think tomorrow it's gonna be sunny skies again, but yeah. See you in the morning.
Good morning. So I've just thought I'd give a little update. I've been working on a quilt for Brian and my bed. So it's pretty big, and so it's kind of unwieldy now that it's getting large. So I have 2 strips pinned together here on our dining room table. I have some waiting to be pinned together on the drying rack because it keeps them nice and not wrinkled, because pressing is sewing for those of you who are not in the know. And then we also have, I was texting with Brian this morning and I said, it's good that you're away because I'm using his side of the couch to lay out my half put together quilt top. So my hope today is to finish this quilt top, and then I will drop it off. I'm going to my parents' house next week to help watch my nieces again, and my sister and her husband live in the same town. So going to Connecticut again, staying with my parents to watch my nieces again because there's no summer camp next week before they go back to school. So my hope is that I'm going to get this quilt done and I can drop it off at the Long Arm Quilters and it'll be done and quilted before I leave for my road trip to pick up Brian, because then I can work on hand binding it in the hotel room at night, and I'm not bringing my sewing machine on our trip. So that's where it stands now. I'll kind of keep you going. My goal, we'll see if I can get all put together today. I don't have, it's like my quiet day of the week. I don't have anything going on today, except I'll go for a walk at some point. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'll keep you posted. So we're taking a quick sewing break to have breakfast. Oatmeal. Yay, lower your cholesterol. And because it's after 9, I can watch Brian's video. So this is like when I'm home and don't have a lot going on, I'll generally like eat my breakfast and watch Brian's video right at 9 when it comes out, especially now that the Olympics are over. I tried to press one-handed to show you in action, but that was not working. So just thought I'd show you. I'm pressing the seam down these 2 panels. This wooden thing is a clapper. It's called a clapper. It just presses the seams and holds them and makes them like nice and flat. And again, I'm just trying to not have it get too wrinkly after I've spent the time pressing it. So what I'll do next is sew this set of 2 together with this set that I just stuck over here on here. So that's where we're at. So the top is all put together. It's wrong side up at the moment because I still need to press the middle seam. I'm gonna try to do it this way because it's so big. Or I might flip it around and have half of it on the dining room table. It just gets really heavy and I don't want it on the floor getting dusty, although I did dust and like Swiffer before I started. So all that's left is to give it a good press and then I'll fold it up. But I will see if I can, I'll fold it up nicely and take it upstairs and give you a little overview of what it looks like. But so it's pretty big. I had to move my sewing machine and I have a serger for when I'm making clothing that's like off to the side. So yeah, here we go. So I finished the quilt top, gave it a good press. Now this is how it'll look on our bed. But yeah, it fits much better than that quilt that's currently on there. I'll fold this up and show you. It's just another one that I made. It's a large throw size. It would probably fit well in like a double bed, but it's too small. And I will fully admit I'm a cover hog. There's our current quilt.